feel like I am in hell. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sinag and welcome to a new video. So we're going to do a weekly reading vlog. So this is the first weekly reading vlog that I want to try since I have thought of doing this before. But I was mostly not in the mood back then. We're going to see how many books can I actually read in a week. So today is Monday pala and it's already in the afternoon, but last night I have started two books. First one is Private Eye by Katrina Jackson. So this is actually the prequel, or this is where we see Maya and Kenny how they know each other and the start of their relationship. I have read their other book, His Only Valentine, first before this one. And so I already know their dynamics as a couple, but this time we're going to see how they acted before they become together in a relationship. So ideally, this should be read first before reading His Only Valentine, but I don't like following rules, so I started reading His Only Valentine first before this one. I am very early on in the book and basically just get to see a little bit of background about Kenny and Maya separately. The next book that I started is Hit Clinic by Alexis B. Osborne. So this is actually my first Omegaverse romance. This is not actually the first one that I tried to read, but this is the first one that I continued to read because the Omegaverse books that I started or I tried before, I actually DNF them early on because of several reasons, such as I don't like the writing style of the author, and the Omegaverse wasn't really explained much in a way that I feel confused early on. And what I like in this book from Alexis B. Osborne, before the book started, there is an author's note on what is Omegaverse and the dynamics. So I like how Alexis B. Osborne explained in a very brief and concise way what is Omegaverse and the dynamics involved. And I feel like her explanation was very easy to understand and made me actually want to read the book, and it adds to the enjoyment since I don't need to really think too much about the situation, because there is heat involved and there are omega clinics and something like that. By reading that information about Omegaverse in her words, it actually made me it actually gave some of the world building and it made me understand the world a little bit better. And so this one is actually interesting for me because these are contemporary Omegaverse romance. Because usually the Omegaverse that I tried before are shifters. This is very different because all of these people in the book are actually humans. And so far, I'm in the 30% mark actually, and I am really enjoying it a lot. So we have an MMMF situation or couple or polyamory going on in here. It's just so lighthearted and very low stakes for me, and this is the kind of romance that I really enjoyed to read. And so this is also my first Alexis B. Osborne book, and so far I like her writing style and how she writes romance and how she incorporates the world building in the romantic aspect in here. I also like the idea of this hit clinic, and yeah, I really enjoy this one. I don't know how many books I am going to read for the entire week because I am mostly a mood reader, so I just pick books if I am in the mood to read them. So right now my focus is to finish those two first and then move on accordingly depending on what my mood states. So that's all for this update, I think, and it's really hot in here. I feel like I am in hell. Goal for today is to make a significant progress in Hit Clinic. I'm enjoying myself much more while reading that compared to Private Eye. And so I just want to focus more on the things that I enjoy. So it's really hot na right now and I need to go read na. So I'll update you when something happens. So it's Tuesday and it's already 5 in the morning. I just woke up and last night I finished until the 50% mark, and today my goal is to actually read up to the 70% mark. And yeah, the book that I'm talking about is Hit Clinic by Alexis Osborne. I actually have things to do today. I need to go to my university campus and get my diplomas. I don't know if I can read or if I will read during the commute, because I really don't like reading when I am in a moving vehicle. And I'm thinking maybe I should listen to audiobook since yeah, these past few days I've been rereading or re-listening to I Married a Minotaur by Regine Abel. And I think I've read that for 4 times last week already. So it's definitely one of my comfort reads. But on the other hand, I also want to be aware of my surroundings, so I don't know if I can listen to an audiobook since the commute will be long, and I am very paranoid when it comes to other people. I plan to get out of the house by 6 a.m. So that's my plan, so that I can be there by around 8 a.m. So anyway, that's going to be for this clip. And anyway, I'll see you a little bit later. So I'm at home na, and I actually finished another 5% on Hit Clinic. Basically right now, I am already on the 55% mark. And so far, their dynamics changed. Like, we have 4 main characters in this one. So we have Emily, she's the Omega. And then we have Sam, the beta hit attender, and then we have Marcus, the alpha, and Tom, the beta that Marcus already is mated with before meeting Sam and Emily. So our first half, or at least majority of the first half, was set on the Hit Clinic or on the Free Clinic. They are now in the courtship arrangement na. So they stayed in the estate where Marcus and Tom live. So it's a completely different setting than what is presented initially. And for me personally, I like the Hit Clinic more, or the Free Clinic more than this one, because I feel like there's a lot of new things to see in that Hit Clinic. And based on the setting, I like the first half more than this one. But in terms of the dynamics of the characters, I obviously like seeing them move forward. A while ago, while waiting for other passengers in the jeep, I was reading this chapter, and it's a BDSM chapter. And I am so it's a good thing that I am wearing a mask, because I can't help but giggle a little bit because of the things that happened in here. And aside from that, they were also doing public stuff, and my enjoyment while reading this book is slowly dissipating because of the change in the setting. So I mostly love this from the setting, but nonetheless, I think that it's not a DNF for me. I would really like to finish this book and see their story unfold and them become a pack na. But Yeah, so I don't want to put a goal na on how many percent am I going to finish this book or these books, that because I was supposed to read also Private Eye alongside this, but for me personally this one is much more interesting, at least at the moment. So yeah, that's all for this update, and I'll update you like later once I have more to say, or if I have anything new to say. So that's it for now. Today is Wednesday and I just woke up, and last night I was able to finish until the 77% mark on HIT clinic. I was actually at the point where Emily is starting her HIT again. So we were actually going to have the ceremony of her joining the pack. Today, I actually need to do laundry, and usually it takes 5 to 6 hours for me to finish everything, from washing the clothes to hanging them outside. And usually when I do laundry, I listen to audiobooks. So my plan is to re-listen to I Married a Minotaur na lang by Regine Abel, because that is one of my comfort reads. And after that, I also plan to edit some videos because my phone storage is getting full na. So I need I definitely need to edit video. So I don't know if I can finish this book today. So my target, maybe if I could finish it until to the 80% mark, or I don't know, because I also go back to reading Vicious Devotion by Aveda. I was actually at the halfway point na there, and I wasn't still finished with it, so I want to finish that. So basically, I am planning to finish 3 books in this week. So that's that's Vicious Devotion by Aveda, Private Eye by Katrina Jackson, and The Hit Clinic by Alexis Osborne. And today is Wednesday na, so let's hope that I can finish Hit Clinic so that I can focus, or I can read naman the other 2 books. So yeah, but that's what I am going to do today. I'm going to do laundry, I'm going to hang clothes, and I am going to edit video. So let's see how much reading I can do. So that's all for this update, and I'll see you later. Hello everyone, so it's actually 9:30 na in the morning, and I finished reading Hit Clinic by Alexis Osborne. I love that this Omegaverse romance happens or set in a contemporary world, because usually the Omegaverse romances that I've seen are set in a fantasy world with shifters and all of that, but this one it is in a contemporary setting, and I really enjoyed seeing how a human, like an actual human, do the nesting and all of the things that happen in here in the Omegaverse. And I also like Alexis Osborne's writing style, and her writing style is really good, as well as how she execute the world building and the characters in this book. So I don't know what else to say, but I actually gave this 4 stars because I feel like there are some chapters in here that goes too long for what it should have been. And at first, these steamy scenes are very steamy, like I read every word. But then as the story progressed, and because there's a lot of steamy scenes in here, and it goes on for so long that sometimes it bores me, or sometimes I skim the steamy scenes because it's kind of the repetition of what already happened in the previous scenes. So that's the only thing that I kind of not necessarily don't like, but I'm not very particular with. So now that I finished Hit Clinic, I'm now going to actually do the laundry na. So, I don't know if I'm going to listen to an audiobook or listen to music, or I don't know. So, that's my update for now. And I actually still highly recommend this one because it's different. And I still love the writing style of this one. It's just that sometimes I find myself feeling bored reading the same steamy scenes over and over again. So, and aside from that, I also like the Hit Clinic setting more during the first half of the book than the second one, with them setting or living in New York, in Marcus's and Tom's apartment. So that's just a personal preference for me. And yeah, I can't wait to read the next book in this series. I think it's going to be called Rat Bar, which has also been, what do you call this? Has also been seen, or has also been talked about in the first half of this book. This is going to be included in another video, which is a recommendations video. So I'm going to film a clip for that, for this book. And yes, I think that's going to be all for now, and I'll update you if I have any progress on either Vicious Devotion or Private Eye, or if I started a new book or re-listen to an audiobook. So I'll update you later. Bye bye. So it's already nighttime, and I was able to listen and finish I Married a Minotaur by Regine Abel, and that is actually a reread for me these days because it is one of my comfort reads. That book is basically a marriage of convenience situation between a half orc, half minotaur person or chieftain and a human bounty hunter. So I actually made a video featuring this book, and I'm going to link that in the description below and in the eye above, if you want to know more about my thoughts. I wasn't able to edit any videos because the entire laundry process and hanging clothes were so time consuming for me. Like, I have some progress in Private Eye by Katrina Jackson. I finished one chapter, and I just want to savor the moment of me reading it because I think I like Kenny and Maya's relationship more, more than the other relationships that I have read from books 4, 5, and 6. So I'm really interested and excited to read their origin story on how they met and all of that thing. So right now, I'm planning to continue reading that and go to sleep na. I'll update you na I think tomorrow, since this is going to be the end of my day. So far, for this week, I finished 2 books na. So I read Hit Clinic for 3 days, and then I Married a Minotaur in 1 day, and then yeah. So let's see what's going to happen in the following days. So basically, I still have 4 days left. So I actually am not sure if I'm going to do the weekends as well, but I want to try to do an entire weekly reading vlog, and then I'm going to assess after that if I want to do just the weekends only or the weekdays only. So I don't know. I don't know. So this is my first time doing this. So I just wanted to do something fun and different than what I usually do, to challenge myself creatively and all of that. So that's going to be the end of this clip for this update, and I'll see you na tomorrow.
So it's Thursday night and I actually have made progress in private eye. So I'm currently stopping at the 46% mark. I'm really liking it so far. I like seeing how Kenny and Maya started, how their relationship or how their origin story started. But the thing is, I kind of don't like reading about the other couple in here, which is the Lane, Monica, and Kiera. Reading about them again in this one is a bit underwhelming because I am here for Kenny and Maya. I want to see their dynamics, specifically their dynamics together. So, yeah, that's the only thing that I kind of not necessarily don't like, but I prefer the other couple more than this couple. So I was not able to do any editing because I was just not in the mood for it, and I actually have made progress in my writing naman with my book. So from this point forward, I'm not going to say that I'm going to edit a video for the day because obviously it's not going to happen. I mean, I'm just going to do whatever my mood makes me do or whatever I want to do at the moment. So if I am in the mood to edit a video, then that's what I'm going to do. But if I am more in the mood or more focused to writing or reading, then that's what I'm going to do. So I don't want to limit myself, or I'm just a very moody person in a way that if in a way that I want to be flexible, I want to do things that I wanted to do at the moment depending on what my mood says or if I am in the mood for that. I think I can finish this book until tomorrow or by tomorrow, and tomorrow is Friday, so I think that's realistic naman since I'm nearly halfway through this book, and I think I'm really enjoying it so far. So it's a very fast read for me, and then maybe after that I plan to finish na Vicious Devotion by Aveda because I am at the 60% mark and I stopped slowly because I was hooked with Hit Clinic, so I prioritized that. So my goal for this week is to finish Private Eye and Vicious Devotion. So I decided that I'm also going to do this until Sunday so that it will encompass the entire 7 days in a week. So it's Friday night and I am actually at the 66% mark in Private Eye. So far the plot is moving forward, but I think it's a good thing that I have read the Bright Lights first before this one because I already knew who Shante and Asif are, and I am quite invested with their dynamics and relationship from Bright Lights. So seeing them in this book is okay to me. I mean, it's not a shocking thing or it's not an annoying thing for me to see because I am invested with the two of them. However, I feel like if you read this series chronologically, so it means that this is the second book that you're going to read. Mind you, I still have not read the first book in this series. Asif and Shantae's prequel interlude novella, which is Bright Lights, offered a much needed origin or beginning to their relationship. The actions that Asif and Shantae made in this book make sense because I have read their prequel interlude novella. I'm going to sleep na, and I hope I can finish this book na finally tomorrow. So let's see what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's all for this update and that's all for me for this night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello everyone. So it's already Saturday. It's Saturday morning to be exact, and I finished reading Private Eye by Katrina Jackson, and I still don't know what to rate this one. It's going to be either 4 or 5 stars, I think. The main reason for that is because there's a lot of things going on in this book, and I expected this to be more focused on Kenny and Maya's relationship, but there are also other couples introduced in this one, and I feel like sometimes Monica Lane and Kiera's relationship, as well as Asif and Shantae's relationship, they took too much time, and I was not here for it, to be honest. Though I love seeing their relationship and love knowing more about their relationship, I specifically came to this book wanting more of Kenny and Maya. So that's kind of a bit disappointing for me because there's too little of them in here. Though if we are going to talk about the origin story of their relationship, of Kenny and Maya's relationship, I think this book is really good in showing that, and I love how their story started and how it somehow became believable. But for me personally, I think their own book, His Only Valentine, was better because it focused on them as a couple, and this one I think is more on showing who the next characters are, or who are the next characters to have their own books and all of that. The spy mission is a bit convoluted for me, like kind of unbelievable the way. And aside from that, the actual like spy situation, the actual situation wherein they were in the room and all of that shit is happening, that's kind of hard to, or at least the writing on that part was kind of hard to visualize because there's too much things going on. But yeah, so I think now that I'm talking about it, I think I'm going to give this 4 stars. I still would recommend His Only Valentine, Maya and Kenny's book, wherein they were the only couple showed in there. And yeah, so but this is a great origin story or great book to read if you want to know their origin story or how they met and how all of this started. So now I finished 4 out of 6 books in this series, but I think there's going to be more books in this series. But now I need to read the first book and the third book na lang, and we're done. So I'm really excited to read those 2 books and finish the series and hopefully make a dedicated review for this series overall, because I think I have lots of thoughts, especially with how this book is set in terms of timeline. Or it's all for this update, and my goal naman is to finish Vicious Devotion na finally. So I have this day, the entire day, and then tomorrow to finish that. I just want to finish that book so that I can finish also the other video that I am doing, which features that book, and I'll be done with 2 videos, I think, after reading that book. So hello everyone, so it's now Sunday, and it's actually 8 in the morning na, and I finished reading Vicious Devotion by Aveda, and now I think I can confidently say that Aveda is one of my favorite authors na. Writing style in this one is so good, and not just this one but also the other books that she's written. I love how the plot progressed and how our characters progressed as who they are, or their character arcs basically are close to perfect, and I loved how they come together as a unit, from being individuals to a complete force. One thing that is bothering me while reading this book is that we also get to see, or at least the characters mentioned other animals, like there are horses to tend to, or they heard frogs in the distance, and I was thinking like, I thought all of the animals in this one are alive or sentient, or because our main characters are what do you call this? Lev is a rabbit. Lev is a rabbit. Fear is a harpy. She's basically like a bird, and um, Caius is a werewolverine, which up until now I still don't know what that means. And then we have Aren as a lynx. So they are animals or part animals, but there are also other animals in here. Honestly, it kind of confusing to me, the characters or how the characters present, because we also have Mari, they are a bat, and then we have Darby, a deer, and then Oberon, a bear. So the characters are sometimes confusing because of that, or I don't know. I also hope or wish that the next books in the series, which I know will be focused on Raiden and Talea, will be more on how they are integrated in their respective packs na. And I'm just so tired reading about Vesta. And I know that she is the, what do you call this? She is the reason why everything happens in the first place. But her because she is an abusive person in this series or in this book, it's just so tiring to read about her ways to torture her former pop. Talea in here was shown, and we saw her with her new mates. So one of them is a Minotaur, and I think I like Minotaurs, maybe because of the Morning Glory milking farm, and then the I married a Minotaur. So Morning Glory milking farm was by C.M. Nascosta, and I married a Minotaur was written by Regine Abel. So I love those books. So I think that makes me want to read Talea's book more. And Talea is a dryad, and she was described here on the description in this one. She looks like a plant, or she has vines in her body, and she has flowers in her face. And I'm curious as to I'm curious how dryads function because I haven't read any books about dryads, because I don't really like, because usually I hear dryads associated with books about fairies, and personally I don't like fairy books. So that's why I haven't read any dryads yet, like dryads alone. So I'm curious as to what's going to happen. And then we also see Raiden with her mate, which is a dragon, and his wife. So it's pretty interesting. I'm going to include this book in another video, a recommendation video. So what I can talk about in this one is I really enjoyed the reading experience with this book, and even though it is long, I think it is justified because we have 4 main characters in this one, and we get to see 4 different character arcs as well as different situations that will or must involve all 4 of them, and not just all 4 of them, but also them interacting with each other a lot. So I think it's justified that this is long, and I loved how intricate and how detailed the what do you call this, the character arcs of each of these characters, and we really get to see them grow as to who they are. And I feel like the care was given writing this book and writing these characters. So I highly recommend this one, and though it is still not my favorite Aveda Vice book, because my favorite will always be Skin as for novellas or prequels, and then Inextricably Tied as the whole or the full novel. So but I think this is going to be my second favorite from Aveda Vice. And yeah, I just enjoy this book a lot, and it's really steamy actually. Aveda Vice even posted in an Instagram graphic for this one, which basically said that it's basically a furry porn. And It's actually like that. I don't know what to say more, but it's very steamy. And if you love to read very steamy books and furries, then maybe this is the book for you. If you like reading books that has very well thought out plot and character development, then and the character development is well executed, then this is your book. But I'm giving this 5 stars, and I highly recommend actually. I don't know if I can finish another book for today because this is Sunday and I have other things to do, but I don't know. I haven't started anything yet. So, and by the way, Vicious Devotion, I actually receive it as an e-art from the authors. The time that you're watching this, it's going to be already published. So, you should definitely go read it. I'm going to try to start reading my other arcs. Yeah. And maybe rereading an audiobook. That's all for this update. I'm going to update you later at night. Summarizing all of what happened during this week, and if I have read another book, then that will be included in that clip or that update as well. So that's all for this update. I'll see you later. So this is going to be the end of this reading vlog. Basically, I finished reading 4 books. So I gave Hit Clinic 4 stars. I Married a Minotaur 5 stars. Private Eye 4 stars, and Vicious Devotion 5 stars. So I think this is a very good reading week for me, and I hope you enjoy. And I really don't know if I'm going to do another weekly reading vlog next week or tomorrow. But I think I'm going to do this reading vlogs if I am doing other things, like if I need to go somewhere. This is basically like a trial thing for me, just to see if I want to do this type or this format of vlogs or reading vlog for this booktube channel. But so far I really enjoyed doing this one, though I think I wasn't able to do the updates properly. But I think this is a good thing for me na rin too, because I'm basically practicing speaking in English, which is actually my main mission or the reason why I actually started this booktube channel. So I think it's a good thing for my personal goal or purpose of doing this booktube thing. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, and yeah, I really don't know what to say. If you have read any of the books that I have read and mentioned in this reading vlog, comment down below what are your thoughts about it, and if you have recommendations, but since I love all of the books that I have read in this reading vlog, if you have recommendations of books that you think are similar to these books in terms of the tropes, or based on what I've said about the book, about these books, please comment it down below, since I want to read more books that I will love. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye bye.